Hey, what's up YouTube? Pallab here, and Sony has just announced their brand new Cybershot camera called HX350 in Europe. This is the successor of the HX300. Now you can consider it successor of the 300 that was released back in 2013 or the HX400 in 2014. But the 350 does not change much except just refining the edges here and there. This one will cost about £450 in Europe, and generally the taxes in Europe are high, so generally the cameras and other electronics prices in Europe are higher than that in India. So let's take a quick rundown on the spec sheet, and here are my opinions on what this camera holds and whether you should actually wait for it or even buy it whenever you're traveling to Europe. So it comes with a 20MP 1 by 2.3 inch sensor, very basic sensor size. All the cameras at this price point have this kind of sensor size. Now what it is, the HX series is generally the mega zoom cameras from Sony, the DSLR like mega zoom cameras with fixed zoom. So this one has a 50x zoom plus I think up to 100x clear image zoom or clear zoom is what they call, which is actually digital zoom, but at software level they kind of tries to enhance the digital zoom experience. I would still do not take that, so I would only consider 50x optical zoom here. And because it's a mega zoom camera, DSLR like, so it's not exactly your pocketable camera. It's relatively heavier than your pocketable cameras like your RX100 and all such cameras, but it will give you immense reach, and 35mm equivalent will give you from 24mm to 1200mm. So at 24mm is a great focal length for in general group photos and even vlogging, but we'll talk about why this camera isn't the best vlogging camera. And 1200mm will give you great shot of wildlife, not very fast moving, but maybe in the zoo or even maybe the moon at times. So in this camera, Sony mainly enhances the lens, the sensor, and the image processing engine. Looks like Sony has enhanced the hard, but then it was an iterative increase and it did not radically change some of the feature of this camera series. So as far as the lens is concerned, it's a Zeiss T-type lens, which is one of the best quality lens. But then this 50x zoom starts at 2.8 and finishes at 6.3. So at that 1200mm end, you only get 6.3, which is very slow, and you might not be able to take any photographs if there is not enough light, actually broad daylight. Anything less than broad daylight, you'd be hard pressed to lock focus on a subject. The image, it's a brand new BIONZ X image processing engine, which is in almost all of the Sony's latest cameras. It has also enhanced the sensor. It's now a brand new CMOS sensor. I've always generally liked the Sony mega zoom cameras design and look better than let's say Canons and Nikon ones. The Canons and Nikon ones and even the Fuji ones look too plasticky compared to the Sony ones. The Sony ones are also made of plastic, what they say composite material, but that's not metal, but they actually look much more premium than these other brands, and this is no different from that. You're looking at a very premium compact camera, but not so compact as to keep it in your like let's say small bag or even in the pocket, even in jacket pocket. It's a DSLR like camera. Obviously it had to accommodate that 50x zoom, but overall it looks great. It comes with a tilting screen only, mind you, LCD screen, and it's not touch screen. It's not articulating, so the screen does not move towards you, so you cannot look at yourself holding the camera in front of you. That could be one reason because of which it may not be the best vlogging camera, because you cannot frame yourself looking at the camera. Also, this camera does not have an external mic input, unlike let's say the Canon SX60, which comes with 65x zoom and also has an external mic input. So yeah, for these two main reasons why this may not be the best vlogging camera. But for stills, yeah, it could be really good. And for video also, it does not shoot 4K. It only goes up till full HD 60 FPS. More often than not, that's more than enough for me, but for some people 4K is a must. If you're looking for 4K in a mega zoom, you might want to take a look at the Nikon B700. That also has almost similar amount of zoom, I think 60x or something, but it comes with raw image support and that 4K recording. Having said that, this one, the HX350, does not have a raw image support. Now, my opinion about whether you should actually wait for this camera, you should buy this camera, should look out for this camera, I would safely pass this, looking at many probable camera releases in CES 2017 in a week's time. This was probably one of Sony's new cameras for CES, but then I'm mainly looking for the brand new Canon SX70 HS, which would be a successor or to the SX60 HS, which many people really love. Many people thought that it was another worthy successor to the SX50 HS, by the way, because of the autofocus performance and all. But I really like the SX60 HS mainly because of the external mic input, that wide lens, 65x zoom, and also a raw support, and also the screen tilt. So it can be your relatively decent, more than decent vlogging camera, a wide lens plus a zoom lens, raw support as well. And SX70, if it takes care of those autofocus slowness, then SX70 HS really could be a winner. So I'll safely pass this particular camera, but let me know what you think in the comment section out there. Till the next video, ciao.